Hey everyone, it's Julie here from Sprouts and Stems. In today's video, I'm just going to walk you around my apartment and show you some of the different ways that I display my plants. I know it can be hard for some of us who live in small spaces to figure out where to put everything, but I also think it's fun to think of different creative ways to display our plants. Please be sure to like and subscribe and check out the description for links to everything that I mentioned in today's video. Okay, let's get started. All right, so here hanging we have my crocodile fern. It is in a Vanda pot, and I think it's just like the coolest looking thing ever. Sorry, I'm like moving around a lot. Let me just, there you go. This was in a kokedama for a few months, and I actually have a video about that. It's a very beginner's tutorial, so over time the kokedama got kind of misshapen, which I figured it probably would, but it looked cool for a while, so I figured it was time to just repot it, and I really love epiphytes. I think they're just so cool and like natural looking, and they really remind me of just being in a jungle somewhere. So I love epiphytes sort of in their natural position, which would be growing on something like a tree trunk. So I just think it looks really cool. It was super easy to repot. Literally just stuck it in some sphagnum moss in the pot. So if you're looking for a unique way to hang a plant, especially an epiphyte, try a Vanda pot. Now this is my newest addition to my apartment. I love Spanish moss. It's so pretty. It's really easy to display. It's really easy to care for. It's an air plant, so it's not actually moss. You just care for it like you do other air plants, which would just be soaking it in water and then placing it pretty much wherever you want. So the display part of this Spanish moss is a tension rod. I really wanted something to hang above my sink. I'm not gonna move too far down because I don't want you to see the dirty dishes. But yeah, I didn't want to like make any holes or anything in the cabinets. So yeah, tension rod is a very, very easy and non-destructive way to hang plants. I also made just some little baskets just to make things a little more interesting, and I had this sun catcher that I hung. I wouldn't recommend hanging anything too heavy unless you have a really heavy duty tension rod, but Spanish moss or other air plants or maybe like small philodendron or a pothos or something, I think would be a really nice look. And something else that I like to do is just to use unique containers instead of just regular pots. As much as I love terracotta, I have a lot of terracotta pots, but I think it's fun to just use like unexpected containers or plant stands. So I have this ceramic container that I just put some leftover Spanish moss in, and I love the oceany vibes it has. And then for like propagating things, just fun containers like this wine glass, and then moving over here to the corner, this crystal little vase. And I'll show you one more on the other side of the room. This really, really gorgeous glass container I'm using for some cuttings that are no longer cuttings and just a little plant all on its own. And then actually down here I have some leftover pots. I was using that green thing for a while to display my peperomia. Right now it's not currently in use, but yeah, I got it at an antique store and I just think it's really cool. And continuing over here on this shelf, I think a terrarium is a really, really beautiful way to display plants. Sorry if the grow lights are super bright. And terrariums don't have to be anything complicated to create. Like this one, can't really see. There's a lot of moisture in it. I open it every once in a while and just wipe down the walls, but it's literally just, perlite, charcoal, potting mix, and moss. And it's pretty self-sustaining. I like never water it. I also have a bigger version of one of those little macrame baskets that I had hanging from my tension rod. And this is in my front hall. I literally just used a clear thumbtack. I didn't even put a nail in the wall or anything. Yeah, this was really easy and quick to make, and just another unique way to display, once again, some Spanish moss. And every few days I do put it over by the window for like a day or two, just because there's zero light in this front hall. And one more little Spanish moss display. I know, it's a lot of Spanish moss, but it's just such an easy and low maintenance way to add more plants into your home. And as you can see, you can display it in so many different ways. Sorry, I keep getting my finger in the shot. Yeah, I just made this little birdhouse that I got from the dollar store. Did some mosaics. And then put some Spanish moss in it. Now, something I haven't done yet, but just a few ideas I have. I took some leftover orchid pots that I had, and I just attached them with, let's see, literally just attached them with twist ties to this metal rack that I used to have in my greenhouse cabinet. And I'm thinking of putting it in the bottom shelf over there with some orchids, or literally just, I mean, it wouldn't go here, but hanging it on the wall. Like, again, you can just use thumbtacks or even command hooks. You don't have to put a nail in a wall to do this. And I also have these metal racks that went with it, or metal baskets that went with the rack. And you could do the same thing. You could hang them, can't do it to this one, but hang them like that and just hang it on a wall. And then down here, I just have a few little mini displays. I have this little chair that I got from, again, an antique store. I don't know if it was like a human chair or a doll chair, but I immediately thought plant stand when I saw it. And then just a pot on top of another pot, I think, is just a fun little thing. I love this pepperoni. It's so pretty. Oh my gosh. And then I'm just using a mini like art easel behind this philodendron micans or mickens, and using one of those metal racks to display the leaves. And that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day.